Hi, this is Tom Isaac, and I'd like to give you an introduction to the Personal Life Map Portfolio Project, a component to BMGT 271, the money thing. So, your Schoology homepage for the money thing should probably look something sort of like this. And if you scroll down, you're going to see an important folder labeled the Personal Life Map Portfolio Project. You're going to want to click that folder and open it up. And you'll see there's a couple of things in here that you need to pay attention to. There is first the instruction and rubric. So you're going to want to make sure that you open this up and that you read carefully everything about the Personal Life Map Portfolio Project. Read this, it's important. Also in here, the Personal Life Map Portfolio Project videos. In addition to this video that's an overview of the Personal Life Map Portfolio Project, there are also videos for every single one of the worksheets. And there's 14 worksheets, and there's a video that goes along with each one of those to help guide you through this process. There's also some additional information about using the workbook. So please make sure that you go back and read this. Please carefully read the part about always working in Microsoft Excel. You cannot work in any other software package. You cannot work in Apple Numbers, Google Sheets, anything like that. You need to work in Excel. The university provides you a free copy of Excel. You can get that at office.pointpark.edu. So make sure you're always using Excel. And then down here, you'll see there's the actual Personal Life Map Portfolio Project. Excuse me. This video is about version 4.2, which is the most recent version implemented in the spring of 2022 for the 2021-2022 school year. So when you open up your Personal Life Map Portfolio Project, you're going to probably end up here on worksheet 1. And I want to give you just kind of an overview of what you're looking at. So, the Personal Life Map Portfolio Project is an integrated financial planning tool. It starts out here with Worksheet 1. And if you look down at the bottom here, you'll see in Excel, these are called tabs. These are individual worksheets that combine together to make the workbook. And you'll see down here, you can see each worksheet is labeled. Worksheet 1 goals, Worksheet 2 monthly plan, Worksheet 3 current cash flow, and you can see this works all the way across to all of the worksheets that are in the workbook. And you can see all of the things that you're going to be working on. So to be able to navigate around Excel, you're going to click on the tab that you're going to be working on. And the first tab you're going to be working on is worksheet number 1, which goes through your personal and professional goals. You're going to also look at some of your graduation plans. So that's worksheet 1. And then also due in the first week will be worksheet 2, where you're going to be looking at a monthly plan. There is much more detail about these two worksheets in the video that goes along with that. After that, in the next week, we're going to be working on your basic budget, your cash flow statement for right now. A couple of things to point out here. You'll notice that you're going to be doing 2 different dates. The beginning of the workbook is going to have you working on your current cash flows. That means today, looking at the last 12 months. What have you spent your money on? Where have you earned your money? That kind of thing. Notice that things for the current expenses, what we could label as today, are generally in yellow. And so you're going to fill in all of the places where there's yellow. There is also next to that a section for you to put in explanations. The explanations are required. You need to explain the numbers that you're putting in. Some require more detail than others, but these explanations will help your instructor to understand the numbers that you're putting in. It may save a lot of questions later, and it will be useful to you as well to be able to go back and figure out, oh, where did I get that number from? So make sure you're filling in the explanations. So worksheet 3, for example, is about your expenses today. Most of the workbook is about the what we call year 1. Year 1 is the 12 months after you graduate from Point Park. So if you're going to be, say, a May graduate in 2024, something like that, then this year one is the 12 months from the day after you graduate to 12 months after that. So if you're a May 2024 graduate, you're going to have from June 2024 through May 2025, whatever the case may be. And things for year one are usually in green. And you'll notice that as we go through all of these worksheets, it's all green because most of it is about year one. So please pay attention to the dates. Other things to pay attention to as well is that there are detailed directions at the top of each worksheet. Take the time to read them. Some portions of the worksheets are required, and some portions are only applicable for certain situations. So please make sure you read at the top. Every worksheet has a set of instructions. Again, there's also a video about each worksheet as well that will give you more information, tips, tricks, and some insights into that particular worksheet. So always read your directions at the top. Another important thing when you're completing the workbook is that the workbook is supposed to be a realistic financial plan. So you want to put in realistic numbers. So if you're planning on moving to Texas to go work for a uh, baseball team as some type of announcer or something like that, whatever the case is, whatever your goal is, which again, you're going to outline in worksheet one, you're going to use that as the basis for all of your numbers. Each of these worksheets are not just separate things for you to work on and then just throw it aside and we're done with that. It is an integrated financial plan. So everything that you put in year one, all of your expenses, when you get into credit cards, you're going to put in the actual credit card balances that you expect to have. When you do the auto loans, what actual loans, student loans, auto loans, other personal loans you expect to have. Home loans, if you expect to have one, you're going to go through and complete this whole worksheet, including what you have. Auto insurance, and so on and so on. This is a realistic expectation of what you're going to have. Why do you want to consider this as a realistic expectation? Because all of these worksheets come together in the summary. So you look down at the bottom in the tabs, all the way to the left in blue, there is the summary worksheet. Now, there's nothing for you to actually fill in here. All of these cells are going to be filled in from the worksheets as you complete them. So, for example, when I complete worksheet number 3 and I put in my annual income, so if in the last 12 months I earned $5,000 and I enter that there, when I go to the summary worksheet, you'll see that here. So, all of these worksheets fill in this summary worksheet. If you want to know where a number came from, there's links over here on the right-hand side to tell you where each one of these numbers came from. And you can actually click right on these, and it will take you to the worksheet where those numbers came from. So, this is an integrated financial planning tool. It is not just a separate series of assignments that are unrelated to each other. So make sure every time you complete one of your assignments, you come back and look at the summary worksheet. The summary worksheet is your financial plan for year one. And it has in, of course, the current year so you can compare against that. And again, so you go all the way through all of this, and you're going to see the you're going to see how your financial plan is developing. One other thing as a resource in here as well, when you get to the end of the workbook and we've completed all 14 worksheets, you're going to have to do a tax return. So we tried to make this as realistic as possible. And all the way to the right, after worksheet 14, you'll notice tax statements. Now, there's nothing here for you to do other than refer to this when you do the tax return assignment. So we've created W-2s, 1099s, 1098s, forms for you that would be very similar to what you would receive from your employers, your banks, your investment houses, and things to be able to complete your taxes. And you're going to use those to be able to complete your tax return. So, the Personal Life Map Portfolio Project is a series of worksheets that assembled together make your financial plan for year one. And we refer to this whole thing together as the workbook. One other quick note: it is password protected. So if you try to enter a number, you'll notice here, I can't actually do anything on the summary sheet, and you're going to get this warning, and it says the cell or chart that you're trying to change is protected. That's true. Where there's places for you to enter information, so example here in worksheet 4, you're going to enter information in the green cells. And I can go ahead and try to enter numbers in the green cell. So if I predict in my first year that I'm going to have an income of $40,000, I can go ahead and put that in there. Please be aware as well, every other cell that you don't need to be entering information will give you that warning. You don't need a password to complete this. You need to just work in the cells that are available to you. Also, one other note: the places where you would be entering a number, you need to enter a number. So if I get to this and it says bonus and I can't type in here no bonus, you'll notice it won't allow me to do that because it's expecting a number. If you want to write no bonus, put it over here in the explanations. That would be helpful. So that is the Personal Life Map Portfolio Project overview. Please take time to look through all of the sheets in the Personal Life Map Portfolio Project and acquaint yourself with this valuable worksheet. Again, for each worksheet, there is a corresponding video that goes along with that. Just refer to the link to the YouTube playlist, and you can see all of the videos there. Thank you. As always, if you have a question, please contact your instructor. They're there to be able to help you out. This is Tom Isaac signing off. Thank you all.